I'm fascinated by book design, how choices in cover art, font, even end papers could portray a strong message about the purpose of a book. I'm even more fascinated when I can compare two different designs for a single book, both of which I find to be gorgeous, and identify what makes each of them interesting and worthy of collecting. This is why I often get sucked into buying multiple copies of the same book, because I love the way that different artists can interpret the same book and the same events. I guess that's why I collect Alice in Wonderland. It seems like a bizarre choice, but when you consider the sheer number of beautiful editions of this book, it's so hard for me to resist. Alice in Wonderland is, potentially, the book that has been interpreted in the most varied way across the decades. It treads this line between children's fiction and adult, almost psychedelic literature, so there's a plethora of designs targeted at each of those two distinct audiences. It can be portrayed as family-friendly or alternative or minimalist, stately and dignified or artistic, a bit bizarre even. It's been interpreted thousands of times through radio plays, movies, clothing lines, jewelry. It's so symbolic that it's instantly recognizable, even when it's manipulated. I love the way that each artist interprets the book differently and what stands out to them as the defining characteristics. I especially love to see how they interpret the character of Alice. Is she rosy-cheeked and innocent, or is she self-centered and pompous? Is she grim? The way each artist interprets Alice says a lot about the message they gained from the book, and is, I think, a reflection on the artists themselves as much as on the book. Book design tells us what to expect inside a book, to pique our interest, to draw us in, to make us stop and pause at a book that we usually wouldn't. I know personally I love strong typographic-based covers or anything vintage-inspired, but each of these book covers was designed with a specific demographic in mind, and I find it absolutely fascinating how different designs appeal to completely different people. But, I suppose, no matter how different they look, or no matter what sort of different readers pick them up, they read exactly the same way, front to back. Or, in the words of the King of Hearts, "Begin at the beginning," the king said very gravely, "and go on till you come to the end, then stop."